questions. Yo, Lil, you remind me when we get out of this place that I got a story about one time I went to Sweden. I gotta tell you. I could tell you my the story of the one time I went to Sweden. Or well, I've been to Sweden a bunch of times. So me and my friends, we were all 19, 20. We were 19 or 20 years old, all of us. And we want to go to Sweden because in Sweden we can get cheap alcohol. We had gotten all the stuff we wanted to bring with us, but then my father, my dad, he sends me a text message and he says, "Hey, Snus is way cheaper in Sweden. So could you buy me like a big packet?" So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, Dad. I'll pick up some Snus for you." And so we go to this regular ass supermarket. Next to the cashiers, they have this like locker with the glass doors. I'm gonna have to edit like hell to get this story understandable. And I see that they have this note, this piece of paper is taped to the locker, to the fridge, whatever you want to call it. And in Swedish, it says, "This is locked. Talk to the cashiers and they will unlock it for you." Now, I'm guessing that is so people won't steal from it. Now, I am born and raised in Norway, which means I understand Swedish. When I go to Sweden, Swedish people speak Swedish to me, and I speak Norwegian to them, and everyone understands each other. Now there's a lot more army guys here, huh? So I read that sign, and I understand it immediately. And then I turn to the cashier, who's like behind me, because I want to be like, "Hey, could you unlock this?" And the cashier looks at me, and I should have realized this was going to happen. Here is what I was wearing when this happened. I was wearing khaki shorts, flip-flops, and I was wearing a t-shirt. The t-shirt was completely white, except on the front there's this huge American flag. I've stopped wearing that shirt for good reason, but I was wearing flip-flops, khaki shorts, and an American flag t-shirt. So I turned to the cashier, and she looks at me, and she saw me looking at the locker. So the cashier says to me, in English, with kind of a nervous tint, she says, "Oh yes, it is unlocked now." It was kind of like that. That was how she said it, but way more nervous. And I look at her, and I'm a shit disturber at heart. So I look at her, and I put my hand to my chest, and I tell her, "Jag talar svenska," which is Swedish for "I speak Swedish." And the way because she's sitting on the cashier's chair, she just shrunk in the chair. She was like, "Oh God, that's a Swedish person." And I just acted like they didn't speak Swedish. And she just shrunk in her chair, and I grabbed the snus, and I went to the other cashier to pay it. I didn't go to her to pay it, I went to the other person to pay. Oh, herregud, yeah. That's one way of saying it. Oh, my God.